Hey there guys, what is happening? My name is Sumed Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means I help you feel better and perform better. Today I have a message for all incels. These guys think they're cursed by their looks. These people are involuntary celibates. Or maybe you're black-pilled. Some people call it black-pilled. Now, this might tie into it other symptomatic things, which I'm not going to bring into this, like misogyny, like just, body shaming, like all these other slew of things that we can talk about when regarding this topic. The first thing about inceldom, which is you're lonely, right? You're lonely. You have a learned helplessness, as Martin Seligman calls it. So learned helplessness is a state that occurs to somebody when they keep getting pummeled down again and again and again, and this stressful situation happens repeatedly over and over again, and they come to believe that they're not able to control or change the situation in any way, so they stop trying. So the best way I can describe this to you guys is like a psychological prison. Basically, if an elephant is tied down when he's young to some small chain, even when he's really big and large, he won't be able to break it after countless failures. He'll still think it's impossible and won't try. You've stopped trying, and when opportunities for change come up, you still don't try. Now, I'm not sure you realize this, but your ego is so big that you've actually created a personality and a label around it. Even when they're available, even when you have all the resources there to help you, even when you're clicking on videos like this, you're still not being able to receive that help. So that's the first thing to notice, okay? And I say this from the bottom of my heart.
This Indian Chad looking guy is telling me about how not to be an incel.
I just want you to keep your mind blank for now. Don't think of any of these thoughts and just listen to me and what I have to offer you. So you've built up piles and piles of evidence that you are helpless and that you are hopeless. There's no hope for you. And they're so strong that, in fact, the law of state transference is happening, meaning women can see that, other guys can see that. Whatever you feel, they're also feeling. Chances are, if you are an incel, you're hanging around other incels. And that's becoming like a sounding board or an echo chamber for you, and it's actually keeping you even more trapped. And even if there are a couple of, other guys in the group, maybe you go clubbing with them once in a while, maybe you hang around them, but they're not really your tribe, are they? Giving up gives you comfort. And this is a harsh truth. I'm going to tell it to you very, very blunt and brief to you like this, because you need to hear it. You want to change. It's very clear that you want to change, but you self-sabotage. Giving up for you becomes easy. Because when you have hope in life, you've been taught that you get smacked in the face. Every time that you have a little bit of hope, you give a little bit of effort. Maybe you've tried 4 times going to that one bar, and life has kept giving you mishap after mishap. I cannot be helped. I cannot be helped means I cannot be hurt anymore. And the thing is, you're a smart person. And you know how I know that you're smart? Because smarter people have much more anxiety. Smarter people are harder to convince that they have a cognitive bias. Your cognitive bias hacks your intelligence quotient. It hijacks it. Because your capacity to make very logical arguments is very, very high, it makes it harder for you to convince yourself that hopelessness is not a right path. You love that mind maze because it helps you and protects you from so many things. It protects you from betrayal. It protects you from rejection. It protects you from uncomfortable situations. So wouldn't it just be easier to not ever go there again? But I want you to notice one thing, which is that in itself, I just gave you the answer, is to notice. Is to simply observe your thoughts and become a witness, become an observer of your thoughts. 'Cause awareness always precedes control. If you're in a relationship with somebody who's manipulative and you don't know you're being manipulated, you're gonna be manipulated. Once you start to notice that, though, then you start to gain control. A lot of you guys who are in this incel community, you've been solving the wrong problem. You've been solving a problem which is external. Go to the gym, get a better body, right? These gym cells are just working out, thinking that they're gonna magically have game when they step out into the real world. Or just constantly working on fixing myself and constantly getting seminars and constantly reading books and constantly changing my looks. Dressing better, dressing sharper. Hey, I'm not denying any of that. Looks, dressing sharper, that can be an added supplement. Okay? It can be. It can make you look sharper. It can make you look more potent. And the truth is, you want an easy answer to this. You want the magic pill. I'm not here to give you that. You want something to stick up on your wall that reminds you each day that I'm going to be transformed. But you know what makes you attractive, my friends? Being unburdened, being carefree, living your truth, having a sense of freedom, embodying your flow state. That is what makes you attractive. As human beings, we're just naturally empathetic. We know when somebody is carefree, and we know when somebody's been having a really hard time. And it's the law of state transference, right? You can feel it off of a person. When you're communicating with them, you can understand, like, there's something off about this guy. Maybe you feel a shame or a guilt, or there's some kind of a strange energy that's not being exposed, that's being hidden in the subconscious mind. So when you can catch your helplessness, when you can catch your hopelessness, when you can catch your guilt and shame and all of these things that you're feeling, and you can laugh in its face, that's a beautiful and pure moment, my friends. You cannot control the outcomes of your actions. You can only control your actions. But the one thing that I would say, if you're looking for that magic pill, simply the awareness. Notice when you're having that negative self-talk. Oh man, I can't do it because when I was 8 years old, this thing happened. You're on replay mode, my friend. You're on replay mode. Some bad thing happened to you back then. It does not determine who you are right now. And you're stamping on a label like, give up, not doing this anymore. And sometimes the weird thing is, after you just say, whatever, you start seeing results. And you can go for the external options, right? We are living in a time where there's facial reconstruction surgery. There's all sorts of things that make you, appear to be more beautiful. You, as much as everybody else knows, that's not really going to cut it. That's not going to really cut it for your self-image and who you think you are inside. I'm sure you've read books like Psycho-Cybernetics that show this factor, that even after they go through the surgery, they're still the same person. So what you got to do is you got to heal those unhealed parts of yourself. You got to do that shadow work. And that's not easy, but that is my message to you. With this information, with this data, you can now work towards bettering yourself. And I see a lot of great, black pill communities out there promoting solutions, like mewing, for instance. Just the placement of your tongue, changing your jawline. And that's incredible. It's incredible that you're looking for solutions. But don't see the world as this bleak, dark place. I know you've been seeing it that way, but there is a new lens of reality. I'm going to put in new contact lenses in your eyes and remind you, this is not the way. The world is a majestic place, a beautiful place, a luxurious place, and I know I'm saying that as a person of privilege, and I want to remind you that every little step that you take towards bettering yourself is going to be monumental, and that cannot come from you chasing the external. It's got to come from within. It's got to come from deep inner work and meditation, and this is some of the stuff that I teach. So if you did find this video useful at all, reach out to me. Alright? Awesome. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary.